Good evening, VC. Dave here, jumping on again today. I've been pumping videos out here left and right, just basically catching up on everything. A lot of contests have been floating around, so I wanted to throw my hat in the ring on quite a few of those. So knock those out. I definitely wanted to show some of these records that I picked up recently and talk about last week's pop-up event that we had here in Charlotte. Of course, held by Noble Records. A lot of you know that channel and Dylan. So he brought about 3,000 records this time to Divine Barrel Brewing, a great brewery here in Charlotte, one of the newer ones. Had a really good beer this time around, a thick pastry stout, collaboration beer with Noda Brewing. So man, wicked. And as soon as I walked in, I saw Chris from the VC. He's from South Carolina. Has the channel Tunes from the Man Cave. Real close friends with Dylan. And so went over and sat with him and got to meet his daughter and talk about life and records and jazz and really awesome time. And I just kind of sat back. I didn't really want to start digging until it at least thinned out a little. Man, it was like 5, 6 people deep at each crate. So I let the crowd thin down a little bit, had a few beers, and then found this record. Original pressing of Roy Ayers' Ubiquity, Lifeline, on Polydor from '77. Fucking badass record. Spun this 2 or 3 times already. Roy Ayers on the vibes, kills it on this. Some great vocals. Dee Dee Bridgewater's on here. Yeah, I'm going to be DJing at Tip Top Daily Market here in Charlotte, first Tuesday in February. So definitely thinking I'm going to have to throw a track off this record into the mix. Dope stuff, and it was really cool. Brought that up, and Dylan was like, "Here, no, man, that's some. Just consider it VCLT." So very gracious of Dylan, and what an awesome event. So very, very cool. And I was talking with Chris about Tip Top. I was like, man, because he'd been trying to find time to get in there and hadn't been able to do so. And so I snuck over there after I left Divine Barrel, and sure enough, from Premium Sound, my man Luke picked this record up, one that I've been looking for a few years. And that's Art Blakey and the Afro Drum Ensemble, the African Beat on Blue Note. In just absolute pristine condition. I believe this is the Liberty stereo pressing, so definitely not a first pressing, but it's in pretty damn good shape. There's the old Blue Note label. What a record. Just percussion masterpiece from the time period, and I think this came out the same year as Caravan. I believe that was '62. I could be wrong about the year. So very, very, very stoked to find that, and it was just kind of odd that I was talking about finding great stuff at Tip Top, and lo and behold. And then later on in the week, just dug through some dollar bins next door at Repo and pulled this double album out in great condition. Havana Jam 2, and you've got Weather Report on here, the CBS Jazz All-Stars, Trio of Doom, Irakiri, and the Cuban Percussion Ensemble. Various artists here. Double album, some great fusion jazz, some great Cuban jazz. You've got the Trio of Doom, John McLaughlin, Jaco Pastorius, and Tony Williams on some tracks on here. Just absolutely all kinds of badass for $1. Very stoked to pick that up. So yeah, and then when I was at Divine at the pop-up, I was talking with Chris and talking about Blue Note Records, and we got talking about, I think, the old Bobby Hutcherson, Milt Jackson debate, and yeah, as mentioned that had been looking for a copy of Bobby Hutcherson Happenings. I've never run across one. Well, I take that back. I ran across a new sealed anniversary, the 75th anniversary edition, and Cairo was there at Lunchbox with me at the time, and well, I ran into him there anyway, and he pulled that record right before I was going to grab it. So he got that, and I don't think they haven't gotten a copy in since. Um, but in any case, Chris got in touch with me the other day and was like, "Hey man, I'm getting a original mono press. Do you want this 67 stereo reissue?" I was like, "Oh hell yes!" So I've got that on the way. Very very stoked and very very ironic, and that all kind of went down right after we talked about that specific record, and very cool. Vinyl Karma is no joke, as most of you well know. But anyway, wanted to get on and talk about that a little bit, and I've got pumping out the videos today. I've got one more to go. It looks like Tales from the Crate has a kind of a challenge video, a gimme 10 type video, so gonna be working on that here. Again, hope everybody's good. Peace.